Oh my gosh, I am so excited to share with you what I got from Hobby Lobby yesterday. I went shopping and grabbed a few classroom essentials. They're not even essentials, just classroom decor. But I also want to show you what I have for back to school items. We actually don't start school until after Labor Day, but I know everyone else is starting school. So I wanted to go ahead and get this video out there and just share with you what we do for school, what items that we use. I actually got hooked onto, I don't even know how I landed on this page, but I landed on a teacher's page on TikTok, and she had the cutest classroom setup. I mean, like, I was like, I want to go back to kindergarten. This girl had the cutest setup. And she made me so excited that I went out and bought some of the stuff that she got because it just seemed fun. And it's like, this is a great idea. I want to create a fun environment for my kids to learn. I feel like when you create a fun environment for them, it makes learning more fun. And why wouldn't you want learning to be fun? So I feel like some of the things that I got are going to help create a fun environment. I'll give you a little bit of backstory. This is actually my first year fully taking on homeschooling myself. My mother-in-law did it for many years with my oldest, and then slowly we transitioned him out of her teaching him and him doing more online work because I worked full-time and she started working full-time, and so it just worked best for everyone's schedule for him to be able to do his work online. And you know, they grade it online, they check it, they set up the lessons and everything, and you can also customize it, but I needed to do as least work as possible because I worked full time and I just did not have bandwidth to sit down and make lesson plans and that sort of thing. And as terrible as that may sound, that's just the God's honest truth. But this year is the first year that I'm going to be fully taking on homeschooling myself. And I have this vision in my head of how I want to do it. And I actually came across a homeschool mom who has 15 children, and she's been homeschooling for nearly 40 years. And so I landed on her page, and the way that she does her homeschooling, the things that were important to her to teach her children were the things that were important to me to teach my children, or reading, writing, and arithmetic. I just didn't know. I thought maybe, you know, because I'm new to this, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe what I want for them isn't what's best for them. I don't know. And so when I came across her channel and she kind of like checked all the boxes of the things that I wanted to do, I thought, okay, I'm in the right spot. I have the right idea for what I want to do for my kids, and we're just going to try it. We're going to see how it works. We may get, you know, a few months into this and go, this way of learning is not working for us, so we are going to pivot. I want to show you the curricula that I got, and I say curricula because it's not really a curricula. It's a series, I think. I don't know how to describe it. I'm going to figure out a way to describe it. Here's how excited I am. I bought a lanyard. I'm not even a school teacher in a public or private or charter school charter school setting. Maybe I need to go back to kindergarten. This was just too cute to not get. And I feel like maybe if I have this on and my little teacher hat, I can go, okay, when mommy has this on, I am your teacher. I'm not just mommy. So maybe, you know, they'll listen. Anyway, I just thought it was fun. It's cute. I couldn't pass it up. I had to get it. I told you I am full on like in my teacher era, teacher mode, whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to show you what I got, and I will also show you in detail the curricula that I got. I will also show you some of the extra things that we are going to do besides just the curricula, because I want to incorporate a few other things like dictation and learning how to write, all that stuff. I will say, I did not say this before, but we have a new student that we're adding this year. My 5-year-old, he'll be 6 soon. He's going to be starting kindergarten. And again, we're not necessarily doing this by grade level. It's just like, this is where we're starting, and we will just progress as time goes. The one other thing that I want to mention real quick before I get into this is, if you are new to homeschooling, something that I just recently learned is to not force children to start school too early on. If you have a 2-year-old, if you have a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, even a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old even, those ages can be too early for some students, for some children, because I'm gonna mess this up, I should have looked it up, but something about their eye development, their eyesight is not fully developed, therefore has something to do with the brain. I will try to include what I'm talking about right here somewhere on the screen so you can do some research on it yourself. But anyway, if you notice, some kids get really frustrated really easily because they're feeling overwhelmed, but it's because their eyesight is not fully developed yet, so they have a hard time staying focused. It has nothing to do with your child has ADHD or ADD or what have you, whatever they want to, insert diagnosis there. It's simply because your child is just not ready, and that's okay. Way back in the 1800s, they didn't even start school until they were about 8 years old. That's when they started school, 7 or 8, something like that. Do not compare your family to another family. Do not compare your child to another child. Some students get it early on, and that's great, that's fine. Some students don't, and that's normal. That's okay. That doesn't mean there's something wrong with you or the way you're teaching. That doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your child. That is just the nature of your child. That's normal. It's normal. Don't beat yourself up over it. If you have a 3-year-old or 4-year-old that you're trying to teach to read and they're just not getting it, or they're not interested in it, that's okay. It's too early. It's simply too early. You can read to them, but don't try to force them to learn how to read yet if they are not ready. Again, if they're progressing, if they seem to just get it, great. Move on. Don't beat yourself up over it. Give yourself grace and give yourself time. So let's take a look at all the goodies that I have, and I'm going to show you the vision for what I want to do and how I want to set all this up. Okay, this is actually to separate crayons by their color. So I got that because I thought it would be fun and easily accessible. I still do have this box of crayons right here, and I just took it out of its original packaging and put it in this container. I believe it came from Walmart. And it's much better in this case because, as you know, crayons that stay in the cardboard boxes tend to get ripped apart and destroyed, so this just prevents that from happening and keeps them all together. I have counting bears here. I am really excited about using these this year. I have the marker case. I bought a few different ones of these because I wanted to put markers in there. I wanted my son to be able to put his small Legos in instead of keeping Legos, out and about, because we have a baby and I do not want the baby to get a hold of the Legos and choke on them. So anyway, I got a few different ones of these zipper cases. I found these particular ones at Walmart. They have them on Amazon, but they're cheaper at Walmart, and then they also have them at Hobby Lobby. So some of this stuff came from Walmart, some of this stuff came from Hobby Lobby, and some of this came from the Homeschool store. This came from the Homeschool store. The box and the markers came from Walmart. Now these right here, these are posters that I am going to put up on that wall right there. So this wall is going to be my homeschool wall. So I'll be putting posters up, I'll be putting a bulletin board up, and I got a border for that. I thought that was just the cutest, and I didn't realize that on the back of it, it has another print so I can switch up the sides if I want to. But anyway, getting back to these posters, I have numbers, 0 to 100. We have the alphabet, and then a multiplication table chart. And then we just have some basic, subject notebooks and composition notebooks. My son loves to draw, and I figured this would be, he's already started drawing in it, but this would be good to have just for him to do some artwork in. And then how cute is this hat? Like, seriously. I love this hat. I don't even wear hats. I'm not a hat person. They all look ridiculous on me, but I had to have it, so I got it. So I saw this jumbo activity poster pad at Hobby Lobby, and I figured this would be a great morning starter for my son who's going to be in kindergarten this year. I feel like, an activity poster board would be good to kind of wake his brain up a little bit. So anyway, and then I got, of course, these pencils. These pencils are the absolute best. Hands down, the best pencils on the planet. I have stopped buying the cutesy little pencils because the erasers are terrible, or the lead in them breaks so easily, and then when you sharpen it, you get like a piece of lead that much that falls out at the bottom of it, so it's just a mess. Then I also got this welcome banner. I just thought it was so cute. I know this is not like a real classroom, but I kind of want to set it up to be that way. I think it's going to be fun. And with me having a new student that I'm introducing to school this year, I really want to make a big deal of it. I just think it should be fun, and that's what we're going to do. Then they had this tassel garland. I figured I could put the tassel garland with the welcome sign. On each end of this is a pencil. So this is, the eraser part, and then you have the pencil itself. And then this little sign I'm going to put on our kitchen table because we plan to do our schoolwork at the kitchen table, and I just thought that was cute. It's exciting, it's fun, it's inviting, so got that. And then of course my lanyard. And then how cute is this home sweet classroom? I know this is pink, it's girly. I have all boys, so I need some girly in my life, and so I got this because why not? Home sweet classroom, that's gonna go on this wall as well. And then these are beginner books. I got the box A and B, just very simple books. These are, I believe, are The Good and the Beautiful, and we don't have everything from The Good and the Beautiful, of course, well, just a couple of things, but it has these simple books. The Dog has sight word practice charts on it, and my son actually shocked me because he just started reading this stuff on his own, and I honestly was blown away. But this is what the inside of the book looks like. Very easy to read, and he actually wanted to continue reading after we read a book. He said, I want to read another one, and so I just let him lead the way, and I think that's kind of what you have to do. It has to be child-led, I feel like, because if you're forcing your children to, especially the young children, if you're forcing the kids to just sit there and read and learn how to write, that it's just too much, and they end up not wanting to learn anything. So I just let him lead the way, and it worked out. Now this is fake money that I want to introduce at some point. I don't know when we will do this. I don't know when, honestly, don't remember when is a good time to start learning how to count money. Again, it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be an educational role play situation. So You know, if he wants to pretend like he's buying something, he can give me money and I can teach him how to count it back and, you know, all that good stuff. But again, I'm new to all of this, so we're all learning as we go. And this has nothing to do with their education, but I saw this and I just thought it was the cutest thing in the world. And I've never done anything like this. It's a transfer, a DTF transfer. I'm going to be putting it onto this sweatshirt right here. I just wanted to do something fun and crafty, so that's why I got that. And then I'm going to show you the curricula that I got for the kids. This is the McGuffey Readers series. It is comprised of 6 books. It does have some, I guess, Christian morality, Christian ethics behind it a little bit, but I wouldn't say that it is a religious type of book. But it teaches about hard work. It teaches, you know, about civic virtue. It teaches the fundamentals of reading. It starts from the phonics and then it goes all the way up to complex analysis for, you know, the higher levels. I'm really excited about working in these books this year because it starts out with just showing what the uppercase letters look like and what the lowercase letters look like, different fonts, and that kind of thing. Starts out very easy and it just progresses as your child progresses. And then I have the Harvey's Elementary Grammar and Composition book. This is something my oldest do more notebook work. Then we have the Ray's New Arithmetics, and this just teaches math. Now, as far as math is concerned, for my high schooler, my rising 9th grader, I am planning on incorporating some Saxon math because Saxon math is very easy, very self-explanatory. It explains things in detail and simplifies it so it's not so complex. So in addition to some of these lessons, I will be introducing Saxon math. And as far as my high schooler goes, I'm not good at math and he has a hard time with it. But when we both found this book, we both started reading it, everything just clicked. So this book, I would say absolutely find it and buy it because it will explain things in such great detail and simplify it that it's like, how do you not understand it? If I can understand it, anybody can understand it because I don't do math, okay? All right, and then I found this. This is Words Aptly Spoken, children's literature. This, I believe, is by Charlotte Mason. Is it? No, it's not. In a classical conversation. I have not sat down to really deeply look into these books and plan out my lessons, but that is something that I will do soon coming up. We have the Level K reader. This is the Good and the Beautiful. Just gonna try this out. I don't know that it will work for us, but again, it's just trial and error. As time goes, I'm sure that I will figure out what my children's learning styles are and what's going to click for them. I'm not doing something based on popularity. I'm doing something based on my children's understanding. And then we have my little library here. It's the start of the collection of vintage books. I think they are beautiful, but I also love how everything is written. This printing book is a little different than what I had seen, you know, in the stores like Target or Dollar Tree where you can get practice writing books for children, because this actually goes into greater detail about how to teach the students how to write. It's not just tracing letters and tracing shapes and that sort of thing. It teaches the student how to sit properly at a desk, hold the pencil properly, It shows you, if you're left-handed, this is how you would write. If you're right-handed, this is how you would write. It also shows you exactly where to start each letter. So it's very thorough in its explanation, and I'm really looking forward to introducing this to my son. He does know how to write already, but the more practice we can get in, the better, because it becomes more legible over time. It also teaches how to use proper spacing between each letter and between each word. And those are obviously very important for reading and writing. It also covers correcting reversals, understanding, and preventing reversals. So if you have a B that's written as a D, or a 6 written backwards, it tells you how to properly correct it. Overall, this book supports multisensory teaching to address children's diverse learning styles, whether that be through visual, tactile, auditory, or kinesthetic. It's really neat because they'll be able to move around, they can touch, they can feel, manipulate real objects as they learn the habits and the skills essential for writing. They will also learn songs that make learning fun and memorable, and they can engage with technology in a developmentally appropriate manner and develop social emotional skills. So it's fantastic. I would definitely recommend looking into it. And now I have just a few sight words here that my son can look at. He can practice writing these things, and I do like the fact that it's got pictures to go along with what's happening. By the way, this is going to be a 2-part series because I want to show you how I plan to set up the homeschool area and how I want to do the wall that's behind me. So if that is something you're interested in, just be on the lookout for that video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being on this journey with me. If you're new to homeschooling, if you're new to mom life, I'm not new to mom life, but I'm new to the stay-at-home mom life. But if you're new and you just want to follow along the journey with me, I would love to have you join our community. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one.